Okay, so just before we start in on class, make sure that you've got your mat set up, so you've got some space around you. Make sure you've got a cushion or a towel in case you need padding for knees, etc. And then we're gonna just move into a Pilates base class and a little bit of emphasis on back extension then. Okay, cool. So let's start in a standing position. And standing towards the back end of your mats. So big toes in line with each other, arms nice and easy. And just take a moment as you're standing there with your eyes open, just to rock slightly from side to side. And just noticing how the lateral lines of your body catch you, so that you don't feel that you're going to fall over or lose your balance. And then come to the center and stand evenly on your feet. And then let yourself come a little bit forwards and backwards. And this time feeling as you come forwards that the back line of your body catches you. And as you lean back, that the front line of your body catches you. So it's just a very gentle swaying action. And then come and stand evenly on both your feet and pause. Take a moment to close your eyes or to soften your gaze. And starting out with just a little bit of connection to self. Noticing your physical body and how it feels this morning. Noticing your energetic body and how it feels. Perhaps taking a moment to notice if the physical and energetic aspects of yourself are synchronized or matching each other, or maybe there's a little bit of a disjoint or disconnect between the two. And you don't have to force it one way or the other, just take a moment to observe. Take a lovely deep breath in through your nose. Hold your breath at the top for a moment and exhale to side out. Blink your eyes open, taking a nice easy inhale as you expand. And exhale, nod your chin and let's just roll halfway down. Coming down just until your hands are hanging in front of your knees. Pause here, softening through the back of the neck. Noticing the stretch on your body. And then on your next breath, continue rolling forward. Find the weight of your crown, find the weight of your hands. Coming all the way over, so you're folding over from the hip. And then again, pause here. Notice where you're feeling it on your body. Taking a breath in. Exhale, back up you come. Feel that you are rooting into the heels of your feet, lifting up, engaging the back line of your body, and you pause and you hold it here. Now you're going to bring your right hand, rest your hand on top of your head. We did this one quite some time ago. Soften your knees and then just allow your right hip to move gently towards the side and back again. So it's that little bit of a trampolining action through the hip. So if anybody has sort of an unstable lower back or unstable sacroiliac joints, please rather keep this really, really small for yourself. If it feels good and you feel like you need that release, then just allow your body to move as much as it allows to the side. And then when you're ready, you're going to add a little bit of a rounding of the thoracic spine. So you're getting a release of the rib cage now to the side. And keep breathing as you move. Don't force it. Imagine that little trampoline or a fishing net beside you that catches you and then gently rebounds you back. And if this is feeling good and you'd like to add a little bit more tensioning, remember that we can straighten that top arm and then relax the arm. At any any point, you can make it smaller or you can completely stop and take a break. Lovely release down the right side body. One more time. Bring your arm all the way up and relax there for a moment. Bringing your left hand, just rest it on top of your head. Soft knees. And now just allowing your hips to move a little bit toward the left. And you might want to start small, and then as you feel the release coming along the side of your body and maybe into your lower back, you might want to go a little bit bigger then. Stay with your breath, and remember here that I don't mind if your knees are bent or straight, or maybe some people like to actually bend one knee and straighten the other. So you can figure out your movement pattern. And then start to add a side bend along your thoracic spine so that your ribs get a little bit of an extra release. And we line the ribs here called the intercostal muscles. So you're actually getting a little bit of a release to the inside of your ribs, maybe even to the diaphragm. And when you want, you can add a little bit of a tensioning with that top arm. Please move at your own rhythm. You don't have to do the same pace as me. Taking just 2 more. 1 more. Come all the way up and allow your arm to relax. Stay as you are. You're going to breathe in. Create some space for yourself. Exhale as you look down. And let's just start rolling halfway down. Just until your hands are in line with your knees. Stay there for a moment. Observe the stretch on your body. And then slowly down you come, folding over from the crease of the hip. And just pause there for a moment. Notice how the stretch has shifted. Does it feel any different from the first roll down? Take a nice easy breath in. And then back up you come, rooting into your feet. Unravel, coming all the way up to stand up nice and tall. And take a moment to just roll the shoulders back and around. And then placing your hands just on the shelf of your hip, we're going to bend both the knees and straighten both the knees. That's it. And again, bend and stretch. And can you notice that I'm keeping my spine quite upright? I'm not leaning forward into it today. So now we're going to add a little bit of a release with one heel of the foot. So bend your knees. And then just pick up one heel as you straighten the other leg. Bend your knees again, feet down. And then pick up the other heel. Keep going. And I want you to feel that you're really getting a stretch to the underside of the foot here. So this is called the fascia at the bottom of your feet. It's called plantar fascia. So you guys have probably heard of plantar fasciitis. It can be very, very painful for some people. One more time. Now bend both your knees and just stay here for a moment. Let your arms relax. Take another breath in. Exhale, look down, and this time let's roll all the way over. All the way over. Just so that you can place your fingertips onto the ground and your knees are still pretty bent. Now you're going to bend your knees a little bit more. And then breathe out as you straighten your legs and send your sit bones towards the sky. And again, bending the knees. And exhale and lifting through the hips. Good, now keep it going. If you're feeling really flexible this morning, you might even be able to put your hands flat. So just check out where you are today. Now bend both your knees. Walk your hands just about 6 inches forward. Put your hands flat and then start to bend your knees. So you're almost going to feel that you're coming into a crouched position. If this doesn't feel good for your knees, then you're welcome to stay up a little bit. Start to walk your hands more forward so that you can lower your knees out towards the ground. You're going to keep your hips quite far back and get a little bit of a stretch around the knuckles of the toes. If you're not getting much of a stretch, then maybe you need to walk your hands up onto your thighs and bring your spine upright. That's very, very intense, especially for me. So I'm going to keep my hands down. Figure out where you need to be. And then you're going to root your hands into the floor, lift your knees up again, and then send your hips up to the sky as straight as you can manage. And then bend your knees, come all the way down, and release to the floor again. And again, push into balance. How high can you take your hips? It doesn't matter if your legs are bent or not. Bend your knees and come down. One time, and we go. Pressing the hips up and back. And bending the knees. Come all the way down. Walk your hands forward and relax your feet out behind you. So, make any adjustments you need to your position, and we're going for a cat stretch. Start tucking your tail, rounding through your spine, pushing out of your hands, tucking your chin in, and then lengthen through your tail, and either come to neutral or start to move towards extension. And again, curling the tail. Now I want you to keep going, and if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, I invite you to close your eyes, just so that you can start to notice the movement of the journey of your own body. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I want you to start to know how it feels. How does it feel on your physical body, and how does it feel with your energy? Where are the areas of ease for you? Where are the areas that maybe you're pushing up against a few boundaries? Maybe it feels like a tight stretch, or maybe your body doesn't feel like it wants to go there today. Let's do one more time. Rounding your spine up towards the sky. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. And then start to sit the hips back towards the heels. And we're going to do gentle pulses here. Try to keep your hands firmly rooted. But as you bring them back, quite a strong release around the lower spine, around the sacrum. If it's too much for you, then you come up a little bit higher. No big deal. Last one. Come all the way back up, and then lengthen out through your spine and hold. Balance on your right hand, reach the left hand to the side. Coming into a thread the needle. Remember, you can stop here on your forearm if you want, and then give yourself a little cushion under your head, or continue sliding all the way through. And then today we're going to take the right arm, slide it forward so that you're getting a lovely release along the side of your body. Make sure that you can breathe. And by the way, don't worry about what your hips are doing. If you need to move your hips or lengthen your spine or round your spine, that's absolutely fine. Our focus here is around the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back. Sliding the right hand in, press all the way up so that you can reach the left arm out to the side. You're going to bend the left elbow and salute your fingertips to your temple. Lift your left elbow up towards the sky, allowing your spine to rotate and come back to the center. Let's do that again. As you lift your left elbow up to the sky, think of pushing away from your right hand, come back to the center. Let's do one more time. And opening up across the chest, come back to the center and place your left hand to the floor. Stabilize. Right hand reaches out to the side. And again, coming into your thread the needle, either pausing on the forearm or continuing to slide all the way through. Settle yourself into your stretch. And then your left arm, if it's available to you, You're going to slide it forward along the ground. And this is just a perfect opportunity to pause and to notice your breath. Especially with a twist coming through the rib cage, you might notice it's easier to breathe into one side now. Allow yourself to breathe. Feel the twist and the opening of the ribs. Slide your left hand onto the floor. Press up, reaching the right arm all the way out, and then bend that right elbow and salute your fingertips to your temple. Lift your right elbow up, looking up at your arm, and then come back to the center. As you take the elbow up, push away from the floor with your left hand and come back to the center. Taking one more time. Lengthen through the crown, lengthen through your tail. Come back to the center and placing the hand all the way down. Take a moment to center yourself. Sliding the right leg back, keep your tippy toes on the floor. Walk your left fingertips forward and pause here. Pick up the arm and the leg and pause here for a moment as you find your balance. Round your spine and bring your elbow to touch your knee. Lengthen, reach your foot back and your hand forward. And again, round the spine, lift through the belly, tuck your chin. Lengthen, and you can start to lift the arm and the leg up a little bit if that feels good for your spine. Connect your breath. Last one. And stretch, pause for a moment, and bring the arm and the knee back in. Center yourself. Left leg extends back. Walk the right fingertips forward. Stay for a moment. Shoulders and pelvis are level. Lift the arm and the leg and hold just for a moment. When you're ready, round the spine, touching elbow to knee. Lengthen and extend. Beautiful. Now keep moving at your own pace. And remember that you can start to lift the arm and leg a little bit higher. So this is also where you start to mobilize your spine in preparation for extension of the spine. It's just that we haven't weight loaded it. We're not working the muscles to lift. We're creating mobility. Reach, hold, bring the arm and the leg all the way back in. Tuck your toes under. And on your breath, lift your knees and move back into your downward facing dog. Hold it here. Start to pedal the heels down one at a time. You know what a lovely stretch this is for the calf muscles. You guys know that I love this one. One of my tight areas. And then press both heels down. It doesn't matter if your heels are touching. It doesn't matter if your knees are bent. Pause here and just wag your tail from side to side. Wagging the tail gently. So you're getting a little bit of a release around the sacrum. And then center yourself. Lower your knees all the way towards the ground. Relaxing the feet out. Open your knees, big toes together, and let yourself settle back into a resting position. Walk your hands together, placing your hands together in prayer, and then bend the elbows and bring your hands behind your head so you've got a little bit of a release along the back of the arm. Taking a moment just to breathe. Once again, noticing the physical shape of your body. Once again, noticing your energy. Just allowing the two to harmonize for a moment. And on your next breath, walking the hands forward, spread the fingers out, and then draw yourself up onto all fours. Bringing your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath the shoulders. So we're going to do a little bit of a release for the hip flexors because sometimes this is also a restricting part for our back extension. So sliding the right leg back again, lifting that foot up, it doesn't matter how high, and we're just going to take a step forward to the outside of the right hand with that right foot, and then we're going to step it back again. Reach long. Step your foot. Now listen, if you're only stepping to here, that's fine. That's your range right now. And then step back again. As you start to find strength and mobility through the hip, you might find that you can start to step more forward. Now we're going to do just one more. If you need a pad underneath your left knee, then please do so. Step your foot forward, and if you don't have your foot in line with your hand, help yourself. You can walk toe. And then bring your right hand up onto your knee. Sweep your left hand up towards the ceiling. And take a moment to stay here and focus your eye line. We're going to do tiny little movements of the pelvis. I want you to tuck your pelvis under and then release your pelvis so you almost feel like you're sticking your tail out. And again, tuck your pelvis under and release. And let's take two more, little tuck. That's it. And release one more time, little tuck, and you hold it here. Now let's go a little bit forwards and backwards with our whole body and feeling that you still have that little tuck of the pelvis. So now we're increasing that little bit of a stretch. Good. One more. Come back a little bit just so that you feel centered. Bring the left hand straight forward. Bring the right hand forward to join. Now you're going to open your right hand to the side. Look at it. Keep reaching through the left fingertips to the front. And can you continue opening your right hand to the back? Feeling that expansion across your chest, energy through your fingertips, little tuck with the pelvis, and then bringing that right hand all the way back in again. And then put your right hand to your knee, placing your left hand down. Now keep your left hand on the floor for balance. Your foot that's at the front, I want you to pivot your toes out, maybe about 30 or 45 degrees, and make your knee go out as well. Then make your way upright. And you're now going to keep your leg there, but turn your shoulders so you almost feel like your hips and your shoulders are opening to the other side. Put your hand on your knee and on your hip if you need, and we're just going to do a little release. And back. Yeah, if you need a pad underneath the knee, please do so. And back. And back. So your shoulders are facing that way, and your knees facing this way. Good. Can you feel how it's giving you a little bit of an opening across the pelvis? One more time. And hold it. Bring your chest and shoulders back. Bring your toe in. Reach forward to place your hands down. And then stretch your leg all the way back. Now stay here. Flex the right foot, pushing out through the heel. Can you balance on your left hand and walk the right fingertips forward? Can you pick up the right hand? Getting the lateral line of the body to connect. Woo! Bring the hand down and bringing the knee in. Open your knees, sit back. Coming into a resting position, palms of the hands together. Bending your elbows, bringing your hands behind your head. And just again, pause. And take a moment now to observe the right and the left sides of your body. Walking your hands forward, spreading the fingers out, draw yourself back up onto all fours, and we're going to be doing the other side, so if you need to put a pad underneath the right knee, then please do so. Stretching the left leg back, lifting the leg up, and we start to step to the outside of the left hand, and back again. And just going at your own pace, and just figuring out on this left side, how far forward are you able to bring that leg? So this is a lot of work into a muscle at the front of the hip called the iliopsoas. It's a hip flexor muscle. And we need to use the abdominals at the same time. Take one more big step. Help yourself if you need, walking your foot forward so it's in front in line with your hand. Left hand to your knee. Right hand reaches up. And we pause here. Do a little tuck with the pelvis and a little release. And a little tuck, little release. Good. It's going to get all those tight areas, Jules, that you're feeling. And we're going to do two more. One more time. Now tuck and keep that tuck. Let your body weight come forward and backwards just a little bit. And again. Two more. One more. Bring yourself back so you feel centered. Reach the right hand straight forward. Left hand reaches forward. Palms are touching each other. Start to open your left hand to the side. Turn your head to look at it. Continue opening your left hand as far back as your flexibility allows. Keep reaching through the right fingertips. Stay with your breath. Keep tucking the pelvis, lifting through your crown, bringing the left hand all the way back to the front again. Now you're going to place your left hand to your knee. Right hand comes down so you're balancing yourself. Turn your left toes to point out, maybe about 30 degrees. Let your knee come out as well. And then bring yourself up again, focusing your gaze. Now turn your chest towards the right so that you feel that your pelvis is opening. One hand to hip, one hand to knee, works for me. And now you're going to let yourself just go a little forward and back. You want to make sure that your knee is angling out over the second toe. So you're going to feel a lovely release and opening around the inner thigh. Let's just take two more. One more. And hold. Bring your chest back to the front. Turn your toes back to the front. Bringing your hands all the way down. Stretch the left leg all the way back and now flex your foot. So you're pushing out through the heel of your foot. Balance on your right hand and walk the left fingertips forward. Can you pick up the left hand and balance? Working the lateral lines of the body. Bring the hand in, bring the knee in. Open your knees. Big toes touch. Sit back once more. Hands together. Placing hands behind head. And taking a moment to breathe. Feel your physical body. And on your next breath, reaching the hands forward, you're going to walk your hands towards your knees this time, rolling your body all the way upright, moving your hips to your right side. So I'm just going to do a mirror image, moving your hips towards your right, holding on to your left ankle, taking your right hand, reaching it up, and let's just go into a gentle lateral flexion. Stay here. Turn your head to look down, softening through the neck. And we're just going to stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Bringing your head back to the front, coming all the way up. Now placing your hand towards the ground. Salute now with your left hand to your temple. And we're going to bend that elbow, allowing your whole body to lean towards the side. So we're isolating that triceps muscle. So if you feel that your hand isn't in a comfortable or stable place for you, then please feel free to move it. But as much as possible, we're trying to glue the scapula to the back of the rib cage. So we've got a couple of different muscles that help us stabilize the scapula. There's a muscle that comes underneath the ribs here called the serratus anterior. That's going to be working. And then there's another muscle in between the shoulder blades called the rhomboids. So the rhomboids and the serratus work together, and they are stabilizing the scapula on the back of your ribs. Last one, press up and hold it, and then release. You're going to spin onto your bum, and you know I love to do a little balance in between. We might as well use our transitions. Tuck yourself into a little ball shape. Feel free to close your eyes if you want to give yourself that little extra challenge. Connecting into your breath and noticing that shift of body weight every time you breathe in and you breathe out. And when you're ready, opening eyes. Now take your feet over to your right so that you're going to be sitting on your left side. Hold onto your ankle, balance yourself so you can bring the arm up, and then help yourself into a little bit of a stretch. Turn your head, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths in and out. So you might notice that I'm doing a lot of mobility work around the spine, and this is a lot of it in preparation for being able to do extension of the back. Taking one more time, bring your eye line to the front, bringing yourself upright, placing your hand to the floor, lifting top arm up as you salute, and we're ready for some little tricep dips. That's it. So make sure that you can actually get all 5 of your fingers connected to the ground. So everybody's slightly different for what feels comfortable around the elbow joint and the wrist joint. Just get yourself into a place where you feel grounded. And then once again, bring your awareness to what's happening with your scapula on your rib cage behind you. Taking just a few more. Feeling those muscles, the rhomboids and the serratus. Last 2. Can you feel the triceps kicking in? Last 1. And hold it. Bring yourself upright. Once again, spin onto your bum. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So spin onto your bum. This time, lift your eye line to look forward. Lift your feet up so that your shins are horizontal to the ground. Use your arms to lengthen your spine so you feel that your heart is open. Squeeze your ankles together. If you can, squeeze your knees together. And then how about, if you're up to the challenge this morning, to reach the arms forward. In Pilates, we call this the teaser sit. It's a prep. And in yoga, we call it the boat pose or Navasana. Keep energy through the fingertips and toes, energy through the heart, energy through the crown. Put your hands to your knees, placing one foot down, placing the other foot down. And if you're sitting far back on your mat, come forward so that you can easily roll onto the mat behind you. Taking your arms, reaching them out. Take a breath. Exhale, curl the tailbone under and take it back just enough to find a connection to your lower abs. And then roll forward and lengthen your spine again, just like you did in the V-sit, in the boat pose. Roll back, just enough to challenge your core. And again, come forward, lift up, energy through your crown. One more time, curl the tailbone under, stay here for a moment. Can you roll back another centimeter? Hold, another centimeter, hold, another centimeter, and now all the way back you go, and place your arms beside you. Bring your feet a little closer to your bum. I want you to have your knees and feet hip distance apart in parallel, palms down or palms up, that doesn't matter. We're going to do a pelvic curl. On your breath, do a little tilt of the hips and start rolling up into a bridge position. And when you reach the top position, I want you to stop. I want you to close your eyes and feel the shape of your body. Notice the areas that are working. Notice the areas that are releasing. Can you find a release along the front of the pelvis? No work in the lower back. Take a breath, open the eyes, and then slowly roll down through the spine. Imprint into the lower back, and then release at the bottom. Take a moment to hug your right knee in towards your chest. Maybe you need to wiggle your spine out a little bit. And then today I want you to stretch the left leg out along the floor. So you're going to use the left leg to anchor to the ground. Moving your hands behind the thigh, flexing your foot. You're going to breathe out as you extend up through the heel. And inhale, release. And again. And release. And let's just take 3 more. Head and shoulders are nice and easy on the ground. Last 2. One more time. Stretch. Now, if you can, stay here. Point your toes like a ballerina. And then flex the foot and push out through the heel. Now, when you point your toes, can you notice how it changes the stretch? And then when you flex your foot, notice how it changes. Let's just take 2 more. So we're just doing a little bit of a gliding action for the fascia. And flex the foot, hold it, bend your knee, and just once again, hug that knee in towards your chest, and then put that right foot onto the ground. Hug your left knee in towards you. Lengthen your spine, wiggle it out, and now the right leg extends all the way out along the floor. Let it anchor you. Slip your hands behind your knee. Flex the foot. Breathe out, pushing up through the heel. And release. Taking just a few more. And again, don't worry if your leg is straight or not. Find your release. 1 more. Extend now, hold it there. And we're going to do a little point of the toes. And then a little flex to push out through the heel. And again, notice how it shifts. And flex. Point. And flex. And then bend your knee. Hug that knee in towards you. And then lower your foot to the ground. Now bend both knees again. And what I'd like you to do now is walk your feet a little bit wider than your hips. So they might be about shoulder distance apart. Palms down or palms up, doesn't matter. We're going to go up into a bridge again. Tilt your hips, rolling up into a bridge. And I want you to pause there for a moment. Feel the gluteals working. Feel the hip flexors opening. Now start to push into your feet and arms a little bit more. And as you push your pelvis up higher, do you notice now that you're taking a little bit of workload into the lower back? Pause there for a moment. Start to push into your feet and arms a little bit more and let your chest come towards your chin a little bit. And now what you might feel is that you've got the whole length of your spine up to between the shoulder blades working slightly. And then start to roll down. So now you're going to let your chest come away from your chin. Work your way through your spine till you get a lovely stretch in towards the lower back. And then releasing your pelvis at the bottom. Bring your knees and feet right next to each other now. Bringing both hands up towards the sky. Turn the palms to face each other. We inhale, open the arms wide, let them hover. And exhale, bring the hands up and connect each fingertip to its partner. Inhale, open wide. And then exhale, touch fingertips. Taking 2 more. Feeling a little opening and release. Last one, open your arms to the side, and this time place the arms all the way down. Pick up your right thigh, cross it over the left thigh, rolling your knees to the left, turn your head, look to the right, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths in and out. So again, this is about creating mobility through the spine to assist us with our extension of the spine. On your last breath out, start pulling yourself all the way back to the center, all the way back to the center, and you hold. Uncross. Placing the left thigh over the right, rolling both knees over towards the right this time, turn your head and look to the left, and then find your rotation where you can stay and breathe. And if you need to put a prop underneath your legs to support yourself, then please do that. Breathe, soften and release into it. And on your last breath out, draw yourself all the way back to the center, all the way back to the center you come, and then uncross and placing both feet down. Now keep the arms to the side, and again, walk your feet wide, maybe a little bit wider than your hips. We're going to do 1 more pelvic curl. Tilting your hips. Rolling up into your bridge. You're going to stay there for a moment. Start pushing into your feet and arms so that you lift your hips a little bit higher and get a bit of extension in your back. Now, don't turn your head to look at the camera. Look up to the sky. Start pressing your feet and arms into the ground so that you can almost lift your chest towards your chin. You might feel that there's a bit of a constriction in your breathing. So just allow yourself to slow your breath. Stay there and start to bring your arms together underneath your body. And if you can, you clasp your hands together, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other so you are retracting the scapula. And see if you can almost lift your hips and chest a little bit higher now. Now that you're actually working the muscles between the shoulder blades, reaching through the fingertips squeezing your bum cheeks to really open up the front of your hip. Now let your hands go. Take your hands just a little bit wider than your mat and slowly make your way down through your spine. Taking your time as you feel the imprint of your back, and then just let yourself settle at the bottom for a moment. Bring one knee to your chest, bring your other knee to your chest, lengthen your spine out, and then rock gently from side to side. So that was coming into an extension of the spine, but again, it feels different because we are upside down from what we normally do. Taking your hands, hooking them behind your knees, you're going to move your thighs a little bit away from your chest until your elbows are straight. Lift your head around your spine, and then continue pushing your thighs into your hands. Pour your body weight in towards your feet so you can roll all the way up. And then just round over and stay here just for a moment as you breathe in and out. Unravel your spine, lift up nice and tall. And now you're going to just move back so that you're on your mat, and you're going to straighten your legs out nice and long, separate them, pull the toes up, pull the flesh of your bum out the back, and try to imagine that you've got a wall behind your spine. Straighten your elbows and put your hands to the sides of your knees. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, let your head come away from that imaginary wall, round in your shoulders and your upper back. Can you feel your hands sliding along your legs? Keep rounding through the lower back as you stretch all the way over, maybe even letting your pelvis come a little bit forward. Take a breath in, and then roll yourself back up. Unravel. Placing yourself up against the wall and lifting tall. And again, exhale, nod your chin. Feeling that wonderful articulation of the spine. Stay for a moment, enjoy the stretch. And then back up you come. Using abdominals, lifting tall. We're going to add on this time. Take a breath. And again, nod your chin. Rolling forward, give yourself that lovely stretch. Now listen up, we're going to stay here for a breath in, and then exhale to roll back just a little bit so your hands are just next to those ankle bones on the sides of your legs. Wrap your hands and thumbs over the ankles now, holding onto your legs as you start lengthening your spine and rounding your spine. Lengthening the spine. And as much as possible, you're keeping your elbows straight as you round and straighten your spine. Let's do 2 more. Bend your knees if you need to. Sit on a cushion if you need to. 1 more. Lengthen the spine. I'm going to be a little bit nasty. Stay here. Have you got an abdominal connection? Hold on with your left hand and hover your right fingertips just above your toes. Lengthen your spine. You're going to lift the arm up and down. Lengthen the spine. 2 more. Up and down. 1 more time. Even if it's a small lift, it doesn't matter. And hold. Grasp the ankle. Lengthen. Hover your left hand just above the toes. And we go up and lengthen. Up. Nice. And hold it. Take your hands around your ankles. Round your spine. Roll up slowly, sliding your hands all the way up your knees. And then once again, tuck yourself into a little ball shape. And just give yourself a stretch. Let yourself breathe there for a moment. It can be a lot of work on those back extensors. especially there because we changed our body position so that we were sitting upright, you know? Take one more breath in and out. And then exhale and unravel and coming all the way up and tall. Spin your feet all the way around to the back. Come onto all fours. And you want to be fairly close to the front of your mat. And then stretch one leg back, tuck the toes under. Stretch the other leg back, tuck the toes under. And now you're going to bend your knees and push away from your hands. Come forward. Bend your knees, press back. Come forward. 3 more. Come forward. 2 more. Last one. Hold it. Lifting your hips up with straight legs now. Pick up your right leg. Step your knee towards the front of your mat. Pivot your shin across. And we're coming into a pigeon stretch for that right deep hip. So moving yourself into a position where you can find a stretch. Give yourself a prop underneath your hip or your knee or your head. And just settle here for a moment. 20 seconds, we're staying here. Which when you're in an intense stretch, it feels like an eternity, right? Taking one more breath in and out. Take your time as you come up onto your hands, rooting into the hands, tucking the back toes under, lifting the hips and the leg up, and then stretch that right leg back. You're going to lift the hips and bend the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more. Now lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pick up your left leg, bring your left leg forward and cross it over, and then allow yourself to settle back. Make any adjustments that you need. Coming into that stretch. Left hip, left piriformis. So by releasing the hip muscles, the gluteal muscles, it actually helps us to soften and release the back muscles as well. It's all connected. Last breath in and out. And then slowly make your way up onto your hands, tucking the back toes under, lifting up the knee, stepping the left leg back. Don't worry, we're not going to do that bend and straighten of the knees again. Let your knees come down. Let your feet relax. Bend your elbows and come down onto your belly. So you've got to keep the bum engaged, got to keep the abdominals engaged, and coming all the way down. All right, we're coming into a full back extension here. Have your legs just slightly apart. Inhale as you lift your chest up just into a baby cobra. And exhale as you come back down. Inhale as you lift up. Think about opening the front of your body so it's as easy as possible. 2 more times. Last one. And release down. Now you're going to lift your legs at the same time that you come into cobra. We're going to inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Now listen, if your back is taking strain, keep it smaller. There's absolutely no reason Why you need to come up really high if it doesn't feel okay for you. 2 more. Breathing in. 1 more time. Lifting up. And release. Now, we're going to add a hover of the hands as we come up. You inhale, chest, arms, and legs. And exhale, release. 3 more. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. And release. Well done. Pushing into the hands. Pressing up onto your knees. Round your spine like a cat. Keep your hands rooted and just do 5 little pulses back. Rounding the spine. Stretching into the lumbar spine, into the sacrum. And release. Tucking your toes under. Lifting hips up. Downward facing dog. Make any adjustments you need to your hand and your foot placement. And then slowly walking your hands and feet towards each other. It doesn't matter which one you prefer. Balance yourself on your feet. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your head hang heavy. Take a breath. Exhale, rooting into your heels of your feet as you roll all the way upright. Lifting your gaze. Rolling your shoulders back and around. And then just letting your arms settle. I'm just going to turn to face towards you. Standing evenly on your feet. And then pause for a moment as you allow your gaze to soften. Perhaps allow your eyes to close. And take a moment to feel the back line of your body. Take a moment to feel the front line of your body. Take a moment to feel the sides of your body. Take a moment to feel your energy. Can you feel your physical body and your energetic body synchronizing? Taking a deep breath in, open your mouth and sigh. Open your eyes slowly, reaching both arms all the way up, connecting the tips of the fingers, and then as you open your arms, do a little circling action with your hands, like flamenco hands, as you bring them all the way down, releasing through the arm lines. And then just giving hands a little shake, giving legs a little shake. Fantastic! Peace. Awesome.
Thank you, Renee.
You are so welcome.
Jeez.